Well, hello there, and peace and love to everybody. This is the Aging Hippies Conspiracy, and I think that it's important that we reignite the hippie movement. Why? Because it scares the shit out of the establishment. Now, the establishment has only grown more and more powerful over the years since the original hippie movement, and the original movement had been subverted by advertising and feeling groovy, becoming a cereal product. But, you know, in spite of all that, there is a spirit out there. And as we look around the world and we see all the war and the carnage, the destruction of the environment, I feel the only reaction that we can have is to all become hippies. Young people, old people, middle-aged people, it's not an age thing. A hippie is a mindset, and a mindset is a terrible thing to lose. That's it, lose. Wow, the introduction to this channel did so well. I've been in the tubular universe for 12 years and it never got anywhere. Well, I occasionally got one video years ago that went up, and then the very next one went way down. So what can you do? It's part of the tubosphere, and you can only subvert things so far. They will only allow you so much subversion. But subversion doesn't have to mean anything really revolutionary and violent, except the revolution begins in your heart. And the idea is to change the culture, to renew a hip culture, a groovy culture, a culture that is based on love rather than hate. I can put negative stuff and point out all the horrible things going on in the world, the oceans rising, the various wars around the world. I can do that. And then, what am I doing? I'm reinforcing the negativity of it. So, as I have said before, this is about positive change in everybody's lives, in their hearts, so that they can begin to love one another again, that they can begin to be kind to each other, be kinder to animals, be kinder to the earth that sustains us all. Obviously, we need a positive change in the culture. We need to stop supporting mainstream media. We need to collectively gather our psyches together for positive change, or something like that. Since the new year, my life has changed. For one thing, I had cataracts removed from my eyes, and that's made a huge difference in my mental outlook. And I feel better because I've always been an artist, and your vision is kind of important if you're an artist. Well, maybe, you know, some genius people can sculpt if they're blind, but for a visual artist and a painter, it's probably not the best condition to be in. Now, those of you who have known me for a few years know that I endeavor to answer every single comment, good or bad, on my channel. So, you know, you go onto your page and it says your videos, and then you click the comments thing, and then it has this thing, comments you haven't responded to yet. So I dutifully go through all those comments, and then, I don't know, for some reason I went, this doesn't seem right. So I unclicked the box that told me these were the comments I hadn't answered, and I found way more comments that I haven't answered, many of them negative, and I wonder if YouTube is somehow sparing me the emotional pain of some of these comments. But you know what? I just try and I'll answer them anyway, and I do not believe in censoring comments. The only exceptions I would make to that is somebody who's overtly racist or just generally horrible in that way, but none of these comments were. They were disagreeing with me, and well, one of them was kind of really nasty, But, you know, I gotta let that stuff bounce off of me because they're in a distinct minority in the comments. 90% of the comments that I had were positive. So I've got to believe that humans are still capable of being positive, not cutting each other down, but building each other up and helping one another through this journey we call life. I'd like to mention a channel called Growing Sage, and she is a very, very tiny channel. I'm blessed to be able to find tiny channels occasionally, and of course I like to put them out there to help as much as I can, because having been a tiny channel for many years, I understand the frustration that goes along with it. And if I can spare somebody some of the frustration that I've had over the years, well, that would be great. And I'll never forget people who have helped me. So I'm talking to you, Sam. Love to everybody, and love really is the answer. It's not a cliche, it's not silly, it's not naive. You have to be realistic at the same time as loving. But if you put more love into the universe, that's better than putting hate and dissension and evil shit.